Hey guys, Auspicious Aussie here, and welcome to episode 20 of the Inter Miami series. Now, today's episode, we are going to be doing a double header. First game will be against DC United, and then the second game will be at home to New York City FC. As you can see in the league table here, the Eastern Conference, we find ourselves just ahead of New York City. However, they do have 2 games in hand, and we do only have a 4-point gap at the top at the moment. So, therefore, if New York beat us in that second game, they will likely go ahead of us. So it's pretty imperative that we win at least that game against New York if we want to stay at the top of the Eastern Conference. If we have a look down here, as you can see, the Western Conference, their teams are doing pretty well. Vancouver, you would say, are probably the more, I would say, the front runner at the moment for the Supporters' Shield. They've only lost 1 game, and they are also on 24 points, similar to New York City. The recent fixtures have gone pretty well, I would say, since the last episode. Of course, the last episode was the 3-2 away defeat against Orlando City in the Champions League quarterfinal. And then, of course, the 3-0 victory there over Colorado Rapids, which we changed the tactic for this game as well. And as you can see, we've lost a couple of games, but we haven't drawn any. And most of those games that we have won are fairly convincing. So, yeah. We started off with a 3-0 victory after that episode. Mixed Diskerud and Gerard Fernandez with a brace. Managed to beat Nashville 4-2. Fernandez again on the score sheet. Garza with a penalty. Hollingshead with an own goal from Nashville. And Abubakar also on the score sheet there. We then lost 1-0 away to Atlanta United. Pretty bad defeat, you would have to say. If we have a look at the match stats here, as you can see, 25 shots, 12 on target. They only had 4 shots on target. And their goalkeeper got an 8 match rating. Pretty brutal. Apparently, Diskerud was man of the match. I'm going to assume that he was sort of creating everything from midfield. But we followed up with a 3-1 victory over Real Salt Lake. Zelalem, Diskerud, and Fernandez there on the score sheet. We did actually concede in the 3rd minute there through Sam Johnson. But they had a player sent off in the 18th minute, which essentially led us to go forward and score a few goals. The next game was a 3-0 victory over FC Cincinnati. Mizcic with a brace and Ogbeta on the score sheet there as well. We followed that one up with a 2-1 away victory against the Montreal Impact. Rua Diaz getting the opening goal. They then got a goal back in the 54th minute. However, a Roger own goal in the 80th minute gave us all 3 points. We then lost in the next game at home to the Philadelphia Union. As you can see, Fabian opened the scoring. They then went 2-0 up through Santos as well. Fernandez got a goal back for us, but we couldn't push on in the last 10 minutes. And the game finished a 2-1 loss to us. We bounced back in the next one, however, with a 4-0 victory over New England Revolution. Pieta got himself a brace in this one. Fernandez again on the score sheet. And Zimmerman also getting himself a goal. And the final game just played was a 3-1 victory over Philadelphia. Getting a little bit of revenge for the 2-1 loss. This time beating them 3-1 away from home. The goal scorers in this one were Rua Diaz, Diskerud, and Romano. Alright, so we'll get into the lineup for this game. Of course, this is the tactic we are using since the last episode. Basically, it's a 4-4-2 with Mazzales and wide midfielders, and then, of course, wingbacks, essentially pushing on past the wide midfielders, so it works pretty well. In goals, we're going to go with McDermott. At right back, going to go with Emmanuel. Segala and Ogbeta will be the 2 centre-backs today. We do have a bit of a fatigued team. As you can see, Zimmerman only on 86% match condition. Gasper's going to be the left-back today. In front of him is going to be Mizcic as the left winger or wide midfielder. We're then going to go with Diskerud and Pietre as the two Mezzalas. On the right wing, we're going to go with Mueller. And then up front, we're going to stick with Fernandez as the pressing forward and Ruidiaz as the poacher. The bench today is going to be Strand, Zimmerman, Ripken, Zelalem, Martial, Romano, and Will Keane. Let's get into it. I mean, just looking at DC United's team here, they got a few good players, actually. They got Assad, Costa, Agudelo up front, very good player. I tried to sign him in the past. So, they're no slouch, DC United. They're a pretty decent team. And of course, we really need to win the next game. But this game is obviously quite important as well, considering we want to at least try and maintain the gap that we have. I think that might be a red card straight away. It is a red card 15 seconds into the game. I cannot believe that. That's something I have never seen before. Oh man, I've never seen that before. That is definitely something I have never seen. I'm going to bring Ruidiaz off. We'll bring Ripken on to play at right back. I'm only doing that because I feel like the pressing forward is a little bit more important with the tactic than the poacher. And great, now we have Ripken picking up a yellow card straight away. Yeah, 15 seconds into the game, and Emmanuel gets a red card. I guess I know what the episode's going to be called now. It's going to be called Something I've Never Seen Before in FM. Crazy. I mean, we're down to 10 men. I really don't think this game is going to go too well at all, if I'm being honest. I mean, we're 1-0 down now. I mean, it's the 23rd minute. It's kind of surprising it took that long, to be honest, but this is not going to be a good game. We use an attacking tactic. I should probably change a tactic, but I mean, the game's it's gonna go badly no matter what. We may as well attack, at least with the 10 men, and just hope and pray that something happens. Oh, Sigala with a header that easily could have gone in the back of the net. A little bit disappointing from him. I mean, we're still dominating the shots, which is interesting. I mean, Ripken was essentially at fault for that goal. It's pretty frustrating. I mean, like I said, not only have I never seen it, but I really wasn't expecting that to happen. I don't think anyone could really expect that to happen. It's kind of such a random, obscure thing that literally never happens. So to catch it on camera in a video, pretty interesting. Anyway, Diskerud. Oh, he finishes. Very nice. Brings it back to 1-1. I have to say, Diskerud is probably our best player at the moment. Between him and Fernandez, they're really doing well. And considering this is only Diskerud's first season at the club, fair play to him. Alright, I'm just going to ease Sigala off as well. I mean, honestly, I'll take the draw, considering we are down to 10. Alright, Diskerud breaking forward. Nice ball to Fernandez. 1-on-1 with the keeper, but he can't put it in the back. I mean, it was pretty much easier to score than to hit the goalkeeper there, and he shoots it straight at him. Sigala's header goes over the bar as well. The real question is, can we hold on? I mean, we've just... That's Ripken. Don't tell me that's Ripken. Is it? Oh, it's Piette. Thank God. I thought Ripken was about to get sent off. I'm pretty sure it was outside the box, the free kick. Oh, but my heart sank for a minute then. I literally thought that was Ripken. Whew, okay. I was going to say, we're going down to 9 men, we would definitely lose. Yeah, Piette's got a yellow card now as well. And that was very close. Very, very close. Anyway, I'm just going to ease Piette off as well. There we go. Alright, we might make a sub. I'm not going to make 2 subs. I'm just going to make 1. I mean, the last thing we need now is to use all 3 subs and then go down to 9 men through an injury or something like that. Anyway, Costa's in behind. That's a really good save by McDermott there. Worth mentioning that McDermott actually picked up a cap for the Norwegian national team, which was really, really unexpected. Fair play to him, though. I mean, he was in the USA squad for quite some time, but he never actually played. Alright, there we go. Gaspar. Luckily, we have Martial on the bench. Ogbeta also picking up a yellow card there as well. I mean, we got a lot of yellow cards at the moment. Especially, we got 3 in defense, which really makes me nervous. I should probably take Sigala off. I think I might do it. I think we need to bring Zimmerman on. I feel like there's almost too much pressure being put on there by 2 of our players, and that's caused a massive gap there. And Acosta, he still can't score. McDermott standing up big in our goal and keeping the draw alive for the meantime. Makes another really good save there off of a corner. We're going to make this sub now. Zimmerman on for Sigala. It's our 3rd and final change as well. So if we get another injury, we're going to be down to 9 men. And I have to say, that truly does scare me. Alright, Mishcic. Can we get a winner? Not a great cross into the DC United box there. But we still have possession. Piette. Ooh, can't beat his man. And DC, I thought they might have been on a bit of a counter-attack, but it looks like we're over the top. But that'll be the DC United goalkeepers all day long. Not a great long ball over the top there. Oh no, here we go. We're going to concede. I can see it. Oh, we didn't concede. McDermott again. I mean, that was a pretty bad shot by their player there. Another highlight before the game ends. We're 3 minutes in to stoppage time. And we could have had the ball there if we picked it up. Ripken's going to get onto it. Plays a bit of a risky pass there to Zimmerman. Mueller now beats his man. Cuts inside. Plays a nice ball out, or not a very nice ball out, actually. Mishcic does get it, though. Piette. Ooh, that was close. That was very close. Still got another highlight, and there's only 50 seconds left. Rolls all the way through to McDermott, though. Let's not do anything too silly here. Mesa. Oh my god, that was a bad shot. I thought he was about to score. And he literally blasted it so wide. I mean, speaking of players who need to be dropped, that guy definitely should not play the next game. He's been pretty dreadful for them. Anyway, that should be full time. The 1-1 draw. And I mean, all things considered, It's a pretty good result, considering Emmanuel got sent off in the first 15 seconds of the game with a straight red card. I mean, that's pretty ridiculous. But to be fair, an away draw under those circumstances, oh my god. Gaspar, broken ankle. It's going to be out for 5 months. Oh no, he's actually been really good. I mean, Emmanuel. Oh no. That's such a bad injury. That really is a bad injury. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is skip forward the 7 days and I'll join you back for the lineup against New York City. Alright, so as you can see by the league table here, New York have actually bumped themselves up into first place after we dropped the points in the last game. So it's still relatively close. However, a win for New York City today, it won't actually, well, depending on the score, but it probably wouldn't put them above us anyway, as we currently find ourselves in second and they're in third. But they still do have a game in hand over us anyway, so therefore, realistically, they can obviously go ahead of us if they do indeed win or draw that game that they have in hand. Anyway, let's get into the lineup. I'll just go back here a few times. There we go. A little bit changed, a little bit. Obviously, a couple of forced changes in there. We got Ripkin coming in at right back. We've also got Garza coming in at left back, obviously due to the suspension for Emmanuel, and then of course the serious broken ankle injury for Gaspar. We've also made another change on the right wing. We brought back in Cisneros, who has just come back from his injury. He's not match fit, but at the same time, Mueller isn't exactly totally match fit either, and he's also currently in a bit of a slump. His last 5 games, he's got a 6.74, so not the greatest in the world. And obviously, I'm expecting a bit better of a performance from these types of players that I do rate both Mueller and Cisneros very high. Before his injury, as you can see, he was actually playing quite well. So hopefully he can rediscover that form, especially in this game, because it is quite important. The rest of the team is essentially the same, apart from the fact that we also brought in Abubakar and Zimmerman, as they were both fit, basically, so we could bring them in and play them here today. Yeah, let's go. New York City. I guess I'll say that I expect them to win. Hopefully they can do just that. Ooh, bit of an early opportunity there for New York. Fernandez almost beats his man. Pretty good dribble there. Into Piette. Oh, it's found its way in the back of the net. Andre Blake, I mean, he made a good save to keep it out, but he tipped it onto the post and then it rebounded off of his back and went into the New York goal. Pretty unlucky from the goalkeeper there to be scoring that type of own goal. Actually, I don't know if he made a save on it. I'm not sure if he actually got a touch or if it just hit the post. But because he dove for it, it was in that sort of position where it rebounded. Either way, 1-0 to us. I will definitely take that, considering how badly the last game started. I don't want to go over it again, but that red card, whew, something I have never seen before, 100%. Anyway, Ruidiaz in behind. Can he finish? No, he can't. I mean, before this episode, Ruidiaz was kind of in good form. Nothing too special, but I think he'd scored maybe 9 goals in 15 games. Which is, that's a relatively good outlay. Alright, Zimmerman goes back to McDermott. And he plays it short to Abubakar. Diskerud plays a bit of a pointless long ball up front. And now New York could be on a bit of a counter-attack. Nice passing movement there by their players. That's a good save there by McDermott. And Greg Garza clears the ball out for a throw-in. So far, so good. They're kind of playing a similar tactic to us, actually. You've got 3 centre-backs with the wing-backs, and then they've got 2 centre-mids, and then an attacking midfielder as well, with the 2 strikers up front as well. Interesting. I mean, it's essentially more attacking than our tactic. But, you know, very similar type of mould to the formation itself. Alright, I think we might bring Piette off. We'll see what happens with the highlight. But he's on a 6.4 at the moment. You would have to say nothing's really going right for him today. Oh, Discord. Oh, never mind. Okay, he's just scored. I was literally about to take him off. Samuel Piette, 3rd goal of the season. And I guess he's going to stay on the pitch. Fair play to the lad. It was a pretty good goal, actually. Diskerud, I thought he was going to go for the shot himself, but he lays it off, and then Piette with a nice low shot to the goalkeeper's left. And we're 2-0 up now. And, you know, this is exactly the type of performance that we needed. Going to bring Cisneros off for Mueller. He hasn't had a bad game. 6.7 is not a bad rating, but it just means that he hasn't really done too much or gotten that involved in the game. So yeah, we'll take him off. I mean, realistically, I could probably, yeah, we'll bring Keane on for Fernandez as well. Make a double change there. We're 2 goals to the good, so I want to keep that last sub just in case. McDermott. I mean, since I brought McDermott back in, he's been playing really well. And, you know, the run of wins that we had, you know, there was quite a few clean sheets in there as well, so fair play to him. He's better than Strand, but obviously Strand is a fair bit younger, and he also had a first-team goalkeeper clause when I signed him, so that's sort of the reasoning as to why why he was the first team goalkeeper for most of last season. Anyway, Piette again, exactly the same position from where he scored his first goal. And he bangs another one in. That's his 4th goal. I mean, if you look here, it's literally like on the same, maybe a little bit further forward, but just to the side of the edge of the box. The side of the D there. Another great shot by him. And we're 3-0 up. I was expecting a much tougher game. A little bit surprised by New York. I mean, they're in behind there, but McDermott with another massive save. He does have 17 reflexes. I think he has 15 one-on-ones, so realistically, you wouldn't think much is going to get past him. Anyway, Keane here, bringing the ball forward. Gets an awkward cross in, and Piette has just got a hat-trick. It was on a 6.4 at the 55th minute. And 13 minutes later, he's scored a hat-trick. That is absolutely insane. I was about to bring him off. That is crazy. That is... Oh, anyway. Enough about that. He was on at 6.4. He's now on a 9.6. And man of the match. I'm guessing that might be a penalty. It kind of looked like our player brought one of their players down. And who else but Josh Ripken. I'm not a fan of Ripken. He seems to do a lot of stupid things, and giving away penalties is definitely one of them. Come on, McDermott. Keep your clean sheet alive. It's a good penalty. Fair play. Luis Martins. It's still 4-1. We're going to win anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Just a little bit unfortunate that we can't keep that clean sheet there. Because I do think McDermott deserves it. There we go, 4-1 victory over New York City FC. And like I said, a very important game that we needed to win. And we've actually done so in very, very convincing fashion. And a beautiful hat-trick there to Piette. Anyways, that's going to wrap the episode up, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Going to have a new series coming out in the future. This one will be continuing for a little while longer. The AC Milan series is going to be wrapped up hopefully in the next sort of three episodes or so. But yeah, apart from that, make sure you give the video a like, smash the subscribe button as well. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do that. Hit the notification bell, and hopefully you'll be notified when the new series comes out. It's going to be a very special challenge series, more of a long-term series as well. I'm going to try and push for like 50 episodes. It's a very good challenge premise behind it. I've done it before in the past, and I really enjoy it. Anyway, don't want to spoil too much. Leave it as a nice surprise for episode 1. Apart from that, guys, take it easy, and goodbye.